This video is brought to you by the Japan Pedal Builders Alliance. Links to their website and Reverb shop are in the video description, so check it out. Hi there, Perfecto Decaster here and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. This stack of pedal boxes right here is from our friends at the Japan Pedal Builders Alliance, or JPBA for short. The JPBA is the Independent Pedal Builders Union in Japan, and it was first established as a way for these builders to share a booth at the Sound Mess in Osaka 2020. Currently, the JPBA gathers these handmade pedal builders to help them promote their brand, as well as establish sales channels not only in Japan, but eventually overseas as well. Their main goal is to build greater pedals with love for players. These Japanese handmade pedals receive the same high regard for their quality as made in Japan guitars and basses. And unboxing these pedals is quite the experience. The level of care that went into packaging these pedals is indicative of the quality and attention to detail that is given to these pedal builds. This video is the second of a two-part series. If you haven't seen the first video yet, click on the card above, and I will also link to it in the end screen of this video. I'll be playing 4 pedals, and each pedal will get its own demo song as well as knob tweaking session afterwards. So make sure you watch the entire video so you get to hear all the tones that each pedal has to offer. Seaside Sound is from Saga Kyushu, the southeast area of Japan. I love the graphics of these pedals as well. It reminds me of the ninja toads in Naruto. Now we have the Baller distortion pedal, also from Seaside Sound. The Baller has a wide range of gain. In the lower settings, you get great sounding overdrive, and as you turn the gain up, you fall squarely into distortion territory with great overtones and harmonics and saturation. It only has 3 controls: gain, level, and tone, and that's pretty much all you need. I'll be using my Sully Guitars Stardust Deluxe plugged into a clean Super Reverb amp model. And this is how that sounds. So all the dirt that you're going to hear will come from the Baller itself. The Baller outputs a ton of signals, so I have the level set at around 10 o'clock. This is around unity gain. Now let me show you the range of the drive knob. In the lowest setting, you can actually use it as a clean boost. With the drive knob at full, you will not be left wanting for more sustain and gain. It is very much usable. ASP gear is from Kobe, Japan, and the name stands for Addicted to Sound Pressure. While their pedals are primarily designed for bass players, they work great for guitar as well. Okay, this is the Urban Comp from ASP Gear. It is a studio quality compressor in a pedal format. It is ultra low noise and very clean sounding. Aside from the typical volume, tone, and compression knobs, you also get a mix knob that allows you to blend your uncompressed original signal with the sound of the pedal. I'll be using my Shabbat Lion Standard still plugged into the Super Reverb amp model. Okay, so that's a nice generic clean sound. Now let's hear what the Urban Comp can add to it. Now, even with the compression knob all the way up, it does not squeeze the life out of your guitar tone. It is still nice and punchy, especially for palm muted single note lines. Now, this setting works with lush ringing chords as well. Now I can keep the sustain and body in this setting and just dial back in some of the pick attack from my original signal to make this guitar tone a little more comfortable to play. Now I'm going to switch to a slightly overdriven amp model so that you can hear how the Urban Comp handles that situation. I'm gonna mix in some of the uncompressed signal so that I have a more pronounced pick attack. Now this is the best of both worlds. I get sustain and body from the compressor, and I can still interact with my amp using my pick attack. The Urban Comp also has enough signal on tap so that you can boost the input of your amp. Vin Antique is from Kyoto, and it started out as a blog about DIY pedals, eventually developing into its own brand. Underneath the subtle and appealing pedal design lies complex inspiration and tone. Okay, now we have the PPSE79 from Vin Antique. PPSE stands for Pike Place Smoky Emerald, and this pedal is a very, very good tribute to the classic TS808. Now, the thing I like most about this pedal is that it does not go overboard with the green theme as, typical Tube Screamer clones do. The reference to the green color is in everything about the pedal, from the name, which is named after Pike Place in Seattle, and it has smoky emerald old signs everywhere, to 79, which is the year the Tube Screamer was launched, to the simplistic 3-knob controls: volume, gain, and tone. However, aesthetics-wise, it does not look like a TS derivative at all. In fact, the finish reminds me of those old typewriters I used to play around with in my dad's office back in the 80s. As far as internals go, the PPSE79 uses a dual power supply, which allows for better headroom, and that sets it apart from other TS type pedals. I'll be using my 1974 Ibanez Les Paul Jr. copy. This is a very interesting guitar because I acquired it already modified with a Gibson T-top humbucker and a Telecaster neck pickup. I'll be introducing this guitar to you guys very soon, so stay tuned for that. Then I'll be plugging into a pushed Plexi type amp model, which is the typical use for this kind of pedals. And here's the basic tone. At some point, I'll probably switch to a cleaner super reverb type amp model, or even a dirtier amp model, just so that you can hear how the pedal interacts with those. Okay, here we go. sounds good wherever you set the tone. That's great. That's great. Okay, I'm going to switch to the cleaner amp model, and let's see how that works out. Okay, so the PPSE has that characteristic mid-range forward tone that the TS pedals have. However, it sounds and feels quite expansive under the fingers, unlike your typical mid-range heavy guitar tone. And pretty much just like the pedal that it's inspired by, all the low-end mud that has no business with your guitar sound is cut off. Now let's put that to the test. I'll switch to a dirtier amp model and let's see how well the PPSE tightens up that bottom end. The Vin Antique Pike Place Smoky Emerald 79 is a must-have pedal. Go check it out. Sound Project Siva is Japan's most famous Ita effector brand. Ita is slang for ouch and is commonly heard in a lot of anime dialogue. And don't let the pedal's manga-like graphics fool you. The components used and the sound are pro-spec. Okay, here's a fun pedal from Sound Project Siva, and it's actually called I'm Sorry If I Burned You Down. And it certainly is as hot and fiery as the name suggests, since this is a collaboration with guitarist Misaki Omura of the death metal band Guardian of the Night. The pedal controls are level, gain, and a 3-band EQ, so you can shape the sound as you see fit. And it certainly is a beautiful looking pedal with a striking anime graphic in the Fire version. There's also a cool blue ice version available from Sound Project Siva. Now, as you can see, the knobs are laid out fairly close to each other, so it might be a little difficult to kneel down and adjust things on the fly during a gig. However, this pedal is very responsive to the player's input, so you can tweak it to a setting that you like, and you can vary the amount of gain using your guitar's volume knob. I've already tweaked the pedal to my preferred setting. I'll be using my Sully Guitars Elita from the Conspiracy series, and I am plugged into a clean Super Reverb amp model, so all the dirt that you're going to hear will come from the pedal itself. Here is the clean sound. Now I'm going to turn the gain all the way up and still try to control it with my volume control. Well, there you have it. It was a lot of fun showing you guys all these wonderful pedals from the Japan Pedal Builders Alliance. To learn more about the JPBA and the builders that it represents, check out their website at jpba2020.com. And if you want to buy one or more of the pedals featured in this video, I will leave a link to the JPBA Reverb Shop in the video description. Now, which pedal did you like best? Let me know in the comments section. I love reading from you guys. Now, if you dug this video, please give it a thumbs up like, feel free to share it with your friends, and do subscribe if you haven't yet. Ring that bell. Now go grab your guitar and play something. You all know the drill. Practice makes perfecto. Cheers, guys.